Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to continue our conversation about the quadratic function. And today we are going to focus on quadratic equation. So very first question will be, what is quadratic equation then? So as we mentioned, this is actually an example of quadratic function. So whenever we see the word equation, it's actually, we can easily link to we need to solve something like this, or we even to solve something like this. So as you can see, if we write the second one, then it's actually look like this. So this is like equation we need to deal with. So that will be something we need to work on today. The very first question is, since last time we actually talked about the quadratic function, the graph of quadratic function, then if we talk about the quadratic equation, uh, this or even this, what does that mean in terms of its graph? Let's check this one. So this is actually the graph I get from Desmos for the function f of x. So as you can see, if we talk about x, this function equal to, let's say, equal to 2, then what does that mean on the graph? So this, I'm going to change color. So this, since y equal to 2, then that means I'm going to draw a line when y equal to 2. So as you can see, when y equal to 2, this graph, this parabola intersect this line with 2 intersects, then that will be our solution for this equation. So the solution for the equation is actually, this is the meaning of, of this on the graph. And also we can check another example. For example, if we are talking about this function equal to 0, then same thing. So equal to 0 is actually linked to our x-intercepts. So this is more straightforward, is x-intercepts. And also we call zeros last time. So this is exactly why we call zeros, because when y equal to 0, the solution is actually meaning x-intercepts. The solutions are x-intercepts. Also, one more thing I want to remind you is, you can say, if in that case, does that mean we can always use graph to find a solution? It's actually not wrong to say that. However, sometimes the graph cannot give us very accurate information or accurate position of the solution. In that case, we have to use algebraic ways, algebraic method to find the solution. Then our focus today is, what are the ways to solve the equation? Also, I want to remind you, quadratic equation actually has many ways to solve it. So we are going to spend several days to work on this topic. As you can see, just now we say we can definitely use a graph. For example, I want to solve this equation. Then we can definitely use x-intercepts, find x-intercepts. So that can be, say, this is one way, find x-intercepts. So whatever the x-intercepts are, then will be our solution. That's one way. The second way will be our focus today. Today we are going to introduce, probably some students already know this method, called factor. So this is will be our focus today. Factor will be the focus of the day. Now, before we introduce how do we find the factor, or how do we factor the function, the very first thing is, why do you think, or why do we say factor is going to be a great method to use? So before that, we actually need to review zero product property. First of all, some students might wonder, what is product? Product in this case is called, is same as multiplication. Zero product property actually telling us, whenever you multiply two parts equal to 0, then one of them, either this or this part will be 0, meaning only 0 can multiply something equal to 0. Something can multiply 0 equal to 0. That's why, so we are actually using this. Once we factor meaning we break down something to two parts multiplied together. For example, factor of 15, I can break down as two things multiplied together. So when we solve equation, if I can break down two things multiply each other equal to 0, then I know one of them must be 0. So that will be our way to find the solution. So now, this is just the first video we are going to introduce what are the methods to solve the quadratic equation. I don't want you to watch like a very long video, so in the second video we are going to work on several examples to figure out how do we factor. Okay, so see you soon for the next video.